We've got breaking news here on Giants Now by Chat Sports as the New York Giants have made 2 more roster moves. They have added a veteran corner to this team, and they have cut a running back. We're going to break all that down and more around the corner. But first, subscribe to the channel. It is competition week because it is game week here at Chat Sports. We are trying to take down Lions Talk, hosted by my guy, Micro Mike. So if you want to beat the Lions and you want to make Giants Now the top channel here at Chat Sports this week, subscribe to the channel and get free, informative, entertaining updates every single day. Welcome into New York Giants Now by Chat Sports. I am your host, Marshall Green. Let's dive into it, and it is a sad day for me as my sweet prince, my 2022 rookie mini camp winner, Jashaun Corbin, has been released with an injured designation for the New York Giants. And I know he didn't do anything in 2023, but I still remember when he came to the Giants as a rookie at rookie minicamp. Brian Dabol hyped him up, and he had a hell of a preseason in 2022. I actually thought he should have made the roster last year. He did not. Gary Brightwell somehow did, even though he didn't play in preseason. Corbin got cut, ended up joining, though, I believe it was the Carolina Panthers at one point. He got waived, and then as the injuries started to pile up for the Giants at the running back position last year, the Giants actually picked him back up, and now it seems like it actually may be the end of the road for Corbin and Big Blue. You're going to look now at what the running back depth chart looks like, and it's still going to be Devin Singletary as that lead back. He's going to get the lion's share of the reps. He's going to be your RB1 and the guy that gets the most carries, but I do truly believe that RB2, that spot, is still up for grabs. Is it going to be Eric Gray, the second-year running back out of Oklahoma? Will it be the rookie Tyrone Tracy? Will Dante Turbo Miller continue to show signs that he could be that guy, or will it be the UFL star Jacob Sailors? What we do know is it's not going to be Jashaun Corbin. That's a little bit disappointing. I don't know if I ever saw RB2 for him this year, but I did see him as a back of the roster guy, maybe the last running back to make this room at that depth chart spot, because he can contribute as a kick returner and a punt returner. But unfortunately for Jashaun and me, as he is my guy, is not going to be a part of the Giants for the 2024 season, but I will never forget what he did in preseason 2022. Really a hard runner, a guy that's got top-end speed, but the thing that I always loved about Corbin was his ability to never be scared on third down to stand as a pass protector and stick those blitzers off the edge. I thought he was beyond his years at that spot of the game. Just not going to be with this football team this year. Show him some love, though. I always got love for Jashaun Corbin. I hope he lands on his feet. The injury's not too rough on him, and he's actually able to find a home in this league, because I do think he can be a contributor on a roster in this league. Type his jersey number 25 for him down in the comments section. Jashaun, we appreciate you, my guy. The Giants also did add a veteran corner to this team, and that is Christian Holmes, who has spent his entire career as a member of the Washington Commanders. He was a 7th-round pick back in the 2022 NFL Draft, and he has appeared in 30 games. So in the last 2 years, he's actually got some legit snaps, a good bulk of looks for the Washington Commanders on defense. Appeared in 30 games, and he actually has 2 starts over the last 2 years and 136 defensive snaps in the past 2 seasons. But I do want to say there's a reason that he was waived by the Commanders and that he was essentially a free agent in early part of August, because he just hasn't really proven that he can stay and compete in this league. You look at what he's done in the 30 games for Washington. He has 20 tackles, 1 pass breakup, has not yet picked off a pass, but he just hasn't fared that well in coverage. He's been targeted 10 times. He's allowed 8 completions, 112 yards, and 1 touchdown. We know the Giants have really been shuffling the back end of that cornerback room, dating all the way back to right after the NFL draft, when the Giants started to pick up these veteran minimum corners. And I appreciate Jashaun doing that, as he is still looking for cornerback help. They haven't looked that good in training camp, and in joint practice against the Detroit Lions today, they didn't play that well either. And I think I can say as confidently, Jashaun is hoping to find a diamond in the rough. But look, if it was that easy, every team would do it. He hasn't done it yet. Maybe he does here. I've got more thoughts, though, on this signing coming up around the corner and maybe why the Giants are making these moves. But first, I got to tell you about our proud sponsor, Game Time. Download the Game Time app and use that promo code ChatSports for $20 off your first purchase where terms do apply. You get the best seats for the lowest prices guaranteed. Prices actually drop as the events get closer. That's why it's my favorite app. I've used all the ticketing apps out there. And as a procrastinator, I don't like to spend money until I have to. In Game Time, they have mastered that with last-minute tickets and flash deals. You get views from the seats, and oh yeah, you get the lowest price guaranteed. If you're looking to go to the preseason game coming up this week, get your tickets today. Maybe you want to go to a Knicks game this fall, or before the summer ends, you want to go catch the Yankees or the Mets. You can do it all with Game Time. I'm telling you, I've used all the apps out there. None of them are as user-friendly, and I feel like Game Time actually looks out for their customers, trying to get them the best deal possible. And my favorite part about it is the little drop-down arrow where you can select all-in pricing. That way, when you get to the end of your checkout, you're not hit with all these hidden fees, and you're like, well, you told me the price for the tickets was this much, and now I got you paying this much. Game Time, they don't do that. Definitely use the all-in pricing. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use the promo code ChatSports. That's CHATSPORTS for $20 off your first purchase where terms do apply. Shout out to Game Time for being the sponsor of New York Giants Now by Chat Sports. So you get an updated look now at the Giants cornerback depth chart with the addition of Holmes. And when you talk about Joe Schoen just continuously turning over the back end of this roster at that cornerback spot, you go out and sign David Long Jr. following the NFL draft. You sign Trey Herndon following OTAs. You bring in Goodrich and Borders last week, and now you add Holmes. The Giants have added 5 veteran corners on veteran minimum deals since the draft, and they've added 3 corners since training camp has started. And just like I said for Long Jr., Herndon, Goodrich, Borders, I'm also going to say it for Holmes. He will have an opportunity to earn a roster spot. And that's what training camp and joint practices and the preseason is all about. Competition. The best man gets the job. And right now, the Giants are telling their fans and people that follow this team, we don't have confidence in our cornerback room. And the job after Deonte Banks, Nick McLeod, and Andrew Phillips is truly up for grabs. I'm just not sure if Holmes is going to be that guy. You look at what he's done in his career and how PFF has graded him out, and it's not been all that kind. He only played in 33 snaps this past year for Washington, 15 in coverage, had a 64.7 defensive grade, 65.3 on the rush defense, 75.4 tackling. I'll take that, but not that much of a sample size, and a coverage grade of 63.1. Whereas in his rookie year in 2022, he definitely played more, 104 snaps, 44 in coverage, but the coverage grade went down as the sample size increased. He is an outside corner, and that's something that the Giants need. I think in the slot, they're actually kind of good with Nick McLeod and Andrew Phillips. We've also seen Isaiah Simmons kind of work into that spot. So he has 121 reps out that as that outside corner. Maybe that will help him make it this team. But I think what actually might help him make this team is what he's done in special teams. He has played everywhere. Kick return, kick coverage, not actually as the kick returner, but a part of that unit. Punt return, same thing there. Punt coverage and field goal block. He's gotten more usage in the special teams department. And honestly, at this point, the more hats you can wear, the better you have, the better chance and opportunity you have to make this 53-man roster. If all you can do is play in the outside at the corner spot as a back end of the roster guy, you got to be pretty dang good. Doesn't have much slot versatility, but he has shown through his 2-year career that he could be productive in the special teams department. The Giants have added 3 corners since training camp has started. All of them have been veteran minimum deals. And I don't mind Joe Schoen just throwing dart after dart, hoping that one of these guys is going to be better than the guys they have on this team, and he's going to hit big on one of these cheap signings. But why not just go out and spend on a legit cornerback? You got $10 million of cap space. You can create another 14 by restructuring the contract of Andrew Thomas. And Stephon Gilmore, the guy that's going to be wearing a gold jacket 5 years after he retires, he is still a free agent. And Jeremy Fowler of ESPN thinks that the Carolina Panthers are the leader in the clubhouse to sign him. I was told he wants to compete for a championship. He ain't doing that in Carolina. So how about the Giants just give him enough money to where he can't say no to play football? I don't think he wants to be a training camp guy this year. That's fine. Just be ready to go once the NFL season get here. Does Patrick Peterson, does he have anything left in the tank still? I'm not so sure, and maybe with him calling out Daniel Jones recently, that wouldn't be the best fit, but I don't care. I want the best person for the job, and right now, I do not think the Giants CB2 is on this roster. Cordell Flott, yet again today, got cooked by Jameson Williams of the Detroit Lions one time on just a deep route, and then coverage got broken. I'm not sure who was at fault there, but you never want to see wide receivers running wide open 30 yards down the field. That happened 2 times today. Look, I appreciate Cordell Flott. I'm just not so sure that he is an NFL corner at this point. Outside Deonte Banks, Nick McLeod, and Drew Phillips, I really don't have any confidence in anybody on this cornerback depth chart. What about you? What's your confidence level in the Giants CBs? 1 to 10. 1 being you're not confident at all. 10, you think it's the best CB room in the league. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section. For me, I really can't go any higher than a 4, and mainly it's that high because I have a lot of confidence in Dexter Lawrence, Kayvon Thibodeau, Brian Burns, and Azeez Ojulari to provide a pass rush that is going to make life for the DBs on the back end a little bit easier. You need top-end talent at a premier position like corner, and right now the Giants, they just do not have that. Got to guard CeeDee Lamb, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Terry McLaurin, and all the receivers that they got there in Washington. You just need more talent there. It's that simple. Make sure you are following me over on social media. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram. That's the first place you would have heard about the Giants making 2 roster moves today. So hit me up over there, and let's go Big Blue.